Hello, my name is Troy, and just before I start getting into this video, I respect the fact women get ill and end up fat. I respect the fact people have these fetishes they have to feed, but this program was seriously wrong. The other day I watched this program called My Fat Fetish on Xbox 4OD, and well, to be honest, this sort of disturbed me a tiny bit, and I thought I'd come on YouTube and talk about it. Just in case you haven't seen this film or video or TV thing, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's a documentary about women making themselves fat to pleasure other men. These women get paid to sit on people. These women get paid to talk to people on Skype. These people who obviously watch them send them gifts like chocolate, scales, and these men basically like fat women. Basically, these men obviously like to fatten the girls up. They like to give them food and get them more fat. And to be honest, me personally, I couldn't sit there and let a woman destroy her body, let a woman get unhealthy, and let a woman get so unhealthy she can't even get out of her own bed or fit in a car. There's this one woman on there, and basically she's so fat she can't walk very far. She's so fat she can't fit in a car. She's so fat that she can't really get into a proper shower. So her son has to help her do all her cleaning and everything. And whilst I was watching this, I was thinking, well, if I had a mother, which, to be honest, if you're going to make yourself that fat, there's something really wrong with you, right? Okay, men like fat women. I don't, being a tiny bit fat to the point it doesn't ruin your health, fine. But being so fat you can't fit in a car is just absolute ridiculous and selfish. This guy who looks after her, her son, right, has very little choice but to look after her, right? I was thinking, right, if my mother went down like this, right, then and I had to look after her, right? For starters, I've just finished my bricklaying course, so I'm a fully qualified builder now. So therefore, I won't be able to do that anymore. So that'd be 2 years of my life in the bin, basically. I would be basically pretty much area bound in a sort of a way because she can't fit in cars, and the only places she can go is in a wheelchair. Right, and they were showing this guy wheeling her down to KFC or wherever it is, a fast food place that I do, and if she wasn't being wheeled down there, he would go down and pick it up for her. If my mum was in that state, I would bar her from these fast food places. I would turn around to her and I would say, you are getting healthy again, because I'm not spending my whole life looking after you. You think about it, this guy who's looking after his mother 24/7, once she's died, because these fat people, they only live up to about, what, 45-ish, 55-ish, between, what, 45 and 60. So, she ain't going to live for very long. So when she is gone, what is this guy going to do? They don't really, on the camera, they don't really earn very much or own very much. So what is this guy going to do? He won't be able to do anything because, well, say for example, if I was him, and I had a building qualification, well, I would be rusty on the trowel. So if I went to apply for a job and I hand over my CV, they'd be like, "Oh, you haven't done very much in the last load of years. What have you been doing?" And I'll have to turn around and go, "Looking after my ill mother." Most likely I'll be rusty on the trowel and won't be able to build anymore. You might be thinking to yourself, well, everybody has a fetish, Troy. So why have a go at their fetish? They might think your fetish is disgusting. They most likely do. I'm not going to tell you my fetish, and I don't really want to know your fetishes. But at the same time, let's just compare this with a, say, shoe fetish, because, well, most of us will know what a shoe fetish is, and a shoe fetish is pretty easy. A shoe fetish theoretically doesn't harm anyone unless you go around stealing people's shoes. A shoe fetish that can't really harm you in any way. Because you think about it, this fat thing harms everybody around you. It doesn't really harm the person who's getting fat. It just harms everybody who's getting around you. And these men who encourage these women to get even fatter, these men who can see this woman in her bed, like so ill sometimes you can't even get out of it, and they still want her to get fatter and more bedbound. I think these men are disgusting, and there's something seriously wrong with them. You know what? I would like to put a woman in this situation where she's so unhealthy she can't even get out of her bed. I can't. You know, I'd hate to do that. I couldn't do it. Oh well, that's all I really have to say about this subject. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you very much.